Hey, my name is Sarah, and as many of you know, I am a huge advocate for human rights and social justice, and I actually do want to be a human rights lawyer someday, and it's even posted on my Facebook, in my bio about me that I am a huge advocate for equality. So when I have an experience in my life that really calls me to action about, the oppressions of a group of people, it's huge for me, and it means that I am dedicated to that cause. Whether it be LGBT rights, whether it be, the topic of teenage pregnancy and the way that the mothers are actually viewed in society. I don't know if many of you know this, but my sister Mary became a mother at the age of 17. She had to face so many challenges in order to have her baby, whether it be from the actual financial situation, dealing with child support and DHS and WIC and all sorts of, welfare, or, not being able to graduate from the high school that she went to, She had to actually drop out and go to an alternative school because, the school actually wanted her to continue going, but it didn't seem like it was more for the good of her than the good of the school. And, it's uncomfortable when you're pregnant and you have to deal with the people that you've known throughout your whole, school experience, then it's really uncomfortable. So she had to deal with that. She's had to deal with work, balancing her time, being, however busy that she is. Relationships are difficult, friendships are difficult, and it's definitely difficult. So, when my brother passed away, my niece Chastity and my niece Johanna were the only things that really let my family and me smile and find any hope or any comfort in that dark time, because it's so overwhelming. You don't understand until you've been there. And they were so hopeful. They gave us so much hope because they didn't know what was going on. They were so innocent, and they just continued to play and enjoy each other and love us. And they were the only light whatsoever. Chastity's also taught me about being a caregiver and being a mother, for when I want to have children someday. It's a struggle. It's fun at times. It's hard at times. It's everything. It's all over. I was there for my niece when she actually came into the world, and I plan to be there for her until I leave, until I'm gone. She's given me a great unconditional love. She's done all this for me. She's given me all of this inspiration, and she's only 2.5 years old. I can't even imagine what it would be like if she wasn't around. So, my sister is not the only single young mother that I've known, because I've had relatives, I've had friends, and I've had classmates that have gotten pregnant and they've decided to keep their child, which is amazing. So, I definitely commend all of them for their work. About a week ago, I made plans to go to Palo Beach with my friends Derek and Janae. My sister actually, she set up to have a babysitter so she could go to work, but the babysitter, on short notice, went to Missouri for a funeral, and I needed to watch my niece. I'd already made plans, so I was really hesitant, but I brought her with me and went from there. So I even noticed when I stopped by McDonald's to buy ice cream, because it was a really hot day, or a gas station to meet up with my friends, that people were definitely staring at us. They would, even looking from their cars, they would look from their cars down at us and be like, what? And I can only imagine they were thinking, is that a teenage daughter? Or is that a teenage mother? Is that her daughter? I wonder if that girl's a slut. Because a lot of people think about that, and everybody's different, so it's kind of rude to judge that way. It took, when I actually got to the beach, it was saturated with teenagers and young adults, and they really only stared at me. And I could tell, even though they were wearing sunglasses, you could tell when people are staring at you. And it took a great deal of energy and effort to get Chastity down to the beach. She's only 2.5. There are stairs, there's sand to deal with. It's tough. And so it was hard for me too, because I had to walk her down, and it was taking a while, and I just definitely kept feeling like people were staring at me. I continued to wonder if people were thinking bad things about me, because I do care what my what my reputation is, what my overall presentation is as a person. And then it was when I was wondering if people were thinking bad things about me that I had a really shocking thought. I thought, wow, I'm just babysitting my niece. What if she actually was mine? I'd have to go through this every day, because I'm only 18, and the majority of people who are 18 don't have children. So wow. I then thought back to my sister and all of the challenges that I already said, and she has to face all this stuff. And finally I decided I'm gonna suck it up. Like, I really thought, who cares about what people think about me? That's my sister, by the way. Hi. So people can think what they want, and they really don't need to know that this is my niece, because it's not their business. And who cares what they think about me? So instead of just babysitting and bringing my niece to the beach, I was actually doing what I like to do best, and that's advocacy for the equal treatment of everybody and the acceptance of everybody, including young single mothers. So people didn't try to get to know me simply because I had a child with me. That's their problem, and I definitely don't need that sort of thing in my life. That sort of person in my life. So getting over myself made the beach so much more fun too. I really didn't care. I just went down to the water, I swam with her, I played with her toys on the beach. I didn't care. So after all this, I realized a huge respect for my sister, because she's had to go through so much, and she does every day. So let me talk about other things that I've experienced with the outlook, or with how people view young single mothers. Let's start with this. I was in a musical production, Oklahoma, at my school my senior year, and someone actually in the pit, the orchestra, they have fun days where they can dress up and do crazy stuff, because they're not seen by the audience anyway, so who cares? Unless there's someone dressed up as a person who got knocked up on prom night and had a pillow in their dress and was wearing trashy makeup and trashy clothes. This was really offensive to me when they explained what they were, because it only really deepens the stereotypes that my peer group has. And I actually do know a couple people who've gotten pregnant on prom night, and it's really not funny. It's actually really sad, and it's difficult, and that just means that they have to go through everything. So to make a joke like that is really awful and offensive and ignorant. So I also understand now how important it is to change the school curriculum, of sex education from abstinence-only education to inclusive, talking about using protection and actually talking about the risks and what can happen. By teachers, parents, and peers disregarding the fact, refusing to talk about it, and not showing methods of contraception that prevent STIs or pregnancy, the problem really only worsens. And reality television like Jersey Shore and what have you doesn't really help either. So I have a few things for you to take away from this. Think about what young single mothers go through, and the next time you see a young single mother, don't judge, put her down, or place her in a category of people you see on television. But think about how much this woman has probably done to care for her child. If you're at work and you see a young mother or expecting mother having a tough time with something, please help her out. She might need help carrying her groceries while she's pushing her stroller, or maybe she needs help reaching a high something or picking something up off the floor. It's difficult, So don't shy away from helping out. Please help out. And I encourage you to think about my sister and her challenges, and remember not to judge young single mothers based on what movies and television have shown you, because it's not true in many cases. And every person's different and has had to go through different challenges in their lives. If you know someone who's a young single mother, please tell them that you love them and support them. You know, I would compare this to if you're doing a really difficult project in school and it's totally overwhelming and you're lost and you need guidance and you feel like you're doing the best you can but it's not enough. If someone tells you you're doing a great job, you are amazing, and you can make it, how does that make you feel? I bet amazing, right? Because it's true. You know, telling a single mother that you know, or anybody, you know, wow, I think you're doing an amazing job with her or him, and keep on what you're doing. You know, that can be invaluable, and that word of inspiration can really make a huge difference. So I would ask that you please repost this as much as possible, because I want to change how society views young mothers and what we do to prevent teenage pregnancies. It's difficult, and people really just need to be understood, not judged, and they need to be accepted, because that's what everybody wants. So please think about this, repost it. If you have any comments, good comments, please post them. So thank you so much for listening to me today. Bye.